Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am talking about 10 things that I am currently obsessing over, that I'm loving, that I am pinning on my Pinterest boards. For those of you who are not following me on Pinterest, my account is at a little bit Laura, and these are just 10 things. It was really hard to narrow them down to 10, but 10 things that I've been pinning quite a bit recently. I will continue to do these videos going forward since I've been really loving watching them, and I'm just going to jump in with my first set of 10. So the first thing on my list is a button-down shirt. I am obsessed with button-down shirts, whether they be denim shirts, linen shirts, cotton shirts, but big oversized shirts that you can just throw on with anything as a third kind of layering piece. At least that's how I have been using them the most since moving to Florida, where I go out into the heat and humidity and I will tie my shirt around my waist or around even my bag sometimes, and then I will end up throwing it on when I'm going indoors into the air conditioning. They are just like magical, and I'm so happy that they are trending since moving here, because it just has kind of taken over where my blazers and cardigans kind of used to be my third layering piece back in a cooler climate, but really loving the button-down shirt. The second thing that I am obsessed with are matching sets, and this is everything tops and bottoms, from shorts and a matching top to pants and a matching top to even like athleisure. Absolutely love it all. It makes your life really easy when you're trying to get dressed, to have two pieces that go together perfectly, and it kind of creates that long column that's really great for lengthening your body when you are short like me. I'm only 5'3", and it just makes getting dressed easy, and I absolutely adore the way it looks. The next thing that I am in love with right now are Levi's 501s. I have been obsessed with Levi's 501s for years, ever since I was probably in like my 20s. I remember kind of taking some of my dad's jeans that he wasn't wearing anymore when they would get a hole or they would get old, and I would actually take his jeans because I was so obsessed with Levi's when I was in college. So maybe I was like a late teenager, early 20s. And then when I moved to New Jersey to be with my then boyfriend, now husband, we used to go to this store called Udelco, which was right over the border into New York State, and it was like an Army Navy shop that had really great vintage Levi's 501s, and I started buying them there. And back in those days, they were like under $20 for a pair. But these days I do have to search to find a nice broken in pair, and they are usually quite expensive. So I do have a few in my collection, but I'm always looking for more, and for places that I can find ones in good condition, but that are broken in, super comfortable, and in my size. The next thing I have been loving are silk scarves, and you all know I'm a huge fan of scarves in general, but I have not really worn many since moving to Florida because it is just so hot and humid here, and putting a scarf around my neck is not something that I will almost ever do. But these days I've been seeing a lot of people wearing scarves on their heads as belts, using them on their handbags, and even like on your wrist as a little piece of like wrist candy. I absolutely love them. I think they are really, really cute in every which way, shape, or style, and silk scarves in particular are what I have been reaching for the most lately, because they are trending and you can find them everywhere. The next thing that I am absolutely loving right now are vintage watches, and in particular I'm really liking oval watches, or watches with unusual shapes. And I know there is a vintage Cartier watch that I have seen on Pinterest that I have been pinning over and over. I'll try to put a picture in here. That is one that I absolutely am obsessed with, and I've seen other watch brands kind of doing similar watches, so I may end up at some point, I'm not sure if I would actually go like the vintage Cartier route or if I would go with another brand, but it is something that I think is absolutely beautiful, very ladylike, very timeless, and definitely something I would love to add to my collection. Another item that I have always loved, and I have a few vintage ones in my collection, but I don't use them very often, and I really should, are brooches. And I have one from my grandmother that's in the shape of like a maple leaf, that is really pretty, and some very fall colors, and it doesn't really work here in Florida that well, so I haven't found myself reaching for it, but I really need to. But I've got a few other vintage ones that I've picked up at thrift stores throughout my life, and I absolutely love love them. I just forget to use them, and definitely with as much as I have been pinning these, I need to get on that and start wearing my brooches. My next obsession, that is another thing that I've been obsessed with pretty much my whole life, are loafers, and in particular penny loafers. I am obsessed with all of my Bass Weegens. I have quite a few pairs now in my collection, and although I only get to wear them for a few months here in Florida before it feels too hot to wear such kind of a heavy-duty shoe, I absolutely love them. And I have a trip coming up for my birthday. I'm going to Asheville with some friends, and I think I'm probably going to bring a pair of loafers for that trip because I know I will get so much wear out of them during kind of the change of seasons. And yeah, I just love loafers, and I love wearing them with everything from dresses and skirts to mainly jeans and pants. I used to wear them to work a lot with even suiting, and yeah, I'm obsessed with loafers. Another shoe that I am loving right now are statement shoes, and it can be anything from like really embellished flats or kitten heels to like a leopard print shoe, which I have several pairs of leopard flats and leopard sandals. Any type of shoe that is just a little bit more interesting than your average shoe. I think for someone like me who dresses in so many basics, it's really nice to have things to kind of personalize my outfits a little bit more. The next thing that I am loving are classic sunglasses, and in particular Ray-Ban sunglasses. I am head over heels about Ray-Ban Aviators and Ray-Ban Wayfarers and all the Ray-Bans that pretty much I already own, and I forget to wear them all the time. I get really obsessed with like new and trending styles of sunglasses that I forget to go back to my classics that actually work really well. They are great quality. They are at a really good price point for the quality that they are, and I really need to remind myself to wear them more. And the final thing that I'm loving at the moment is the red lip. And in particular, I love a red lip with a really like no makeup sort of face. I just think it looks so classic, so timeless, works with everything from like jeans and a t-shirt all the way to like red tie affairs. I feel like that is such a classic way to go when it comes to makeup. And it's something that I used to sort of resist when I was younger because I felt like it was too mature for me then. And then as I got older, it took me a while to kind of find the right reds to work on my skin tone. But now I am just obsessed with red lips, and I typically will wear them more going out in the evenings, and I need to kind of remind myself to wear red lip during, just the daytime, because it really does add some brightness to my face, and I really do like the way it looks on other people, and I really should remind myself to wear a red lip. So those are 10 of the things that I am currently loving. I will definitely be doing more of these videos, so stay tuned for that. Let me know if you like this kind of content. You can give me a like or leave me a comment in the comments below. I love hearing from you there, and thank you so much again for watching. I will see you soon in my next video, and have a great day. Bye.